You're muted, Mr. Deepak.
Oh, sorry. Good evening. I'm from Kathmandu. Joining very shortly. 7 o'clock India time is actually 7:15 in Nepal. So
Okay. So we should be going in about 10 minutes.
yeah, I think so. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Sure. इसका चार्जर लगा दे
Now, Shruti, I've got two things connected.
He's just come in. I'll ask him to try his presentation once. Mr. Malviya, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're able to hear you, Arun. You have to transfer the host to him or make him a co-host.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Just try sharing your screen, Jaideep.
Yes, I can do that. So, share screen. Basic. Now, how do I get the files on my desk?
You
Dashboard.
open it on your desktop and then go to green share screen at the bottom of your screen.
The share screen, I've clicked on that.
Have you opened your presentation on your desktop?
Yes.
Yep.
Jaideep, you're already logged on to Zoom. You don't need this one. I think by mistake you pressed the link on your this thing. So.
Oh.
So go back to Zoom, not this. Go back to Zoom below. Close this internet. Close that Internet Explorer thing. So.
Yeah, I've closed that.
Now you're not sharing screen.
Okay. I go to advanced sharing options.
Good evening, everybody. This is Deepak, Nepal.
Hi. First, go and open your PowerPoint, then go to Zoom and then say share screen. And it'll say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or whatever, and then you come back to the PowerPoint. But the first thing you have to do is open the PowerPoint in the play position on your desktop.
That I have opened, all right. Then I just click share screen.
Yes, click share screen and use screen broadcast on it.
Are you able to see?
We're just waiting for it to load. It is not yet opened. Is your bandwidth very slow?
No, I have a 4G.
It's come now. So now you just put it onto the play mode.
Yep, fine.
You can get out of screen sharing now.
And the chat part, I'll get on the right side, correct?
If you can stop sharing screen now.
Okay, fine. And just one quick thing, the chat will appear on the right, am I correct?
On your right.
Show grid video, was that, let me just quickly get it done. Okay, fine, I'll stop the sharing part, at least for the time being.
Arun?
Yes.
Has Manisha logged in? If she has logged in, make her the host so she can start the YouTube and this thing loading live on Facebook.
Unless she's using some other name.
Can you please start the meeting? She's asking. Let me just ask her. Shall we give it a couple of more minutes, Arun?
Yep.
7:05, you can start it now. I think people are still logging on. I'm not able to reach Manisha, so I don't think this is going to be coming in the Facebook.
Maybe we could probably post it later.
Okay. But the recording is on right now, no?
It is.
Okay, thank you.
Who has the crows in the background?
Who has crows?
I don't know. I can hear some bird noises.
Hi, Chris. Arun, your window,
Yep.
but you guys, I don't know. It's already dark here, so no crows. I got pigeons roosting though.
I can still hear crows.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Okay, Manisha is logging in. You're muted, Meenakshi.
That's okay then. Let me be muted.
There are silent listeners.
Good evening, Reena.
Hello, good evening. Hi, Arun.
There's your logo person, Meenakshi.
I have to give you
So
before
Chris,
time.
Reena Desai is doing the pollinator logo now.
Yes. I hope you will like. I'm just giving 2-3 options. So then you can decide.
Hi, good
Hi,
evening to
Aziz.
all.
Hi, Aziz from Maldives.
Good evening.
Good evening. Wow, nice to know people also across the borders.
Lots of them.
That's, is my voice audible? Just wanted to confirm.
Yes, loud and clear.
Very nice.
Manisha, were you able to start it on a Facebook Live?
In and out. From various IDs.
I think we can start, Arun.
Sure. Just I'm trying to figure out how to keep track of admitting people as I'm talking.
Make me the host, I'll do that. Make me the host.
Not letting me. I mean, I was able to add Jaideep, but I'm not able to add you as host.
Meena is muted. She has to unmute.
No, just go to my name and see if you can change it to the host.
Trying that. Make host.
Okay, thanks. So I will continue letting people in and you start.
Good evening, everyone, to another session of Knowledge Talks from SRAG South Asia. To give you a brief about SRAG itself, I will keep it as brief as possible. It's come into more light ever since the new vertical of the environment has come in. It's not that the environment has not been an area of focus, it's just been distributed across the other verticals until now, because without taking the environment into consideration, I don't think any of the other verticals would be of any relevance at all. So unless we have a planet to live on, we don't have much to improve on or do. At this point in time, the focus of SRAG is to connect community to the environment, identify issues in the environment, come up with solutions, and come up with a system where we have restored environments, conserved environments, and sustainable environments that make some kind of a sense in the interaction the environment, people and communities have with the environment. So this being the goal of SRAG, let's go forward. One of the major imbalances we do have today is the disproportionate consumption of the human race, if you can call it that. We've been consuming so much that the natural resources are not able to match it. In this scenario, one of the, if not the most important aspects to be addressed is renewable energy. Now, renewable energy, today in renewable energy, we'll be addressing solar energy. Once I give you the profile of Mr. Jaideep Malviya, today's speaker, you will understand why I kept quiet after those two lines about renewable energy. I'll leave it to him to speak about it and then leave it open for interaction. Mr. Jaideep Malviya is a solar energy professional and researcher since 1992. He has graduated as Electronics and Telecommunications Engineer from Bangalore University in 1990. He is the founder cum Director General of the Solar Thermal Federation of India and CEO of Malviya Solar Energy Consultancy. He is a trainer in solar energy designing and engineering, having trained over 1,000 professionals. Jaideep joined Rotary Club of Pune Camp Club 71316 in 2007 and was president in 2012-2013. He soon rose to be additional assistant governor in 2014-15 and very soon assistant governor in 2016-17. He has held several district posts for community services and the environment. He is a co-habit level 2. He is a member of Rotary International Renewable Energy Task Force from India and Director Renewable Energy in Environment Sustainability Rotary Action Group, SRAG South Asia. Without much ado from now, I hand this over straight to Jaideep.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that lucid introduction. Good evening, friends. It's my pleasure to be talking to fellow colleagues who are, I would put, environment crusaders. And I'll try to make my talk as less as possible because let's have more of interaction, because I would like to understand from you what you think of the renewable energy. So let's say I'll be, focusing more on the solar energy. Right. When it comes to solar energy, still there are misconceptions, there are myths. In fact, there are many people still who have one common myth is that, it's costly, which is no more. It's no more. It has already surpassed the fossil energy. It's far cheaper than that. In fact, I put it like this, what's preventing people from using solar energy? So they keep telling, we are just warming up for that yet. And is it because of that the global warming is happening? So let's switch over to solar energy. And I'll briefly share my thoughts based on my long experience in the solar energy in my professional sector, where Rotary can play a role in solar energy. All right. And I'm definitely still in the learning phase. Probably I may learn more from you today when we have more of interaction. So I'll start off with my presentation. So I just go to share screen, correct?
Yes, go to share screen and screen.
Yeah. Okay. Are you able to see the screen? Everybody?
Yes.
Very nice. So this is the topic of presentation, solar energy for meeting Rotary goals under environment focus area. Now, I think by and large, since people are from SRAG, they know what is climate change. So I won't speak more about it. But then, you see, through our naked eyes, we are not able to see much about climate change. It's turning out to be really a serious issue. And believe me, very rapidly, unless actions are not taken to reduce the emission levels, we are in for trouble. Now, what are the causes of climate change? Let's see where we are able to see floods. We are already in the monsoon season, most of the country, exception maybe down south. And already, there was a deluge in the western part of India. This time when, there were heavy floods. In fact, every year, some or the other region of India experiences floods. Take it now, this is beginning. The climate change is happening. We are not controlling our emissions. Rise in sea levels. Definitely the areas on the coastal line are in danger. I'm not trying to scare people, but yes, and if we don't control this, we are inviting trouble. Even we have seen a lot of areas facing droughts, where they don't have access to water. So the imbalance is growing. Human health is also getting impacted as a result of the climate change and increase of polluting gases in the atmosphere. See, as in the introduction, Arun said that the human is causing the destruction, and that's very true. It's purely because our huge population which is being responsible for this climate action or climate change rather, and now we need to change it quick. Now, I list out some of the activities which can be undertaken in solar energy. See, solar energy today has taken a center stage in India. If you talk of renewables, there was a time when wind energy was there. Today, everything spoken largely is about solar energy. It's broadly converted in two forms, electricity and heat. So the electricity part has really caught well, and what I'm going to more focus is on it. Of course, on the heating side, you must be aware, largely through solar water heaters and through the cooking. So, solar agriculture pumps. Perhaps, a district or maybe a club can target something like 1000 kilowatt. The P is the peak. That's the standard terminology used in solar. So if you're comfortable, you can just take it as kilowatt. Peak is, this is what the capacity generated when sun is at its peak. So we use that as the technical terminology. 100 numbers of rooftop solar systems. Today, rooftop solar has really become cheaper than even your grid electricity you're drawing, including residential sector. It's just that lack of awareness. I'm even listing out, approximate budget. For the international users, please, in India, we typically use the lakh and the crore instead of the million and billion. So 100,000, right, is 1 million. So I'll just excuse me on that because most of the participants are from India. You can convert that. And also in the right side of the column, what we have done is that I have listed out what are the life cycle CO2 avoided. The major emissions are the carbon emissions. Of course, there are methane and other emissions also, which are serious threat, but we largely speak of the CO2 emissions. Then 10 numbers of decentralized solar plants. Very conservative figures I've bought right now. That can be undertaken maybe by a district to begin with, since environment is a new focus area. Residential solar water heaters. Today, solar water heaters have become like a commodity. Okay, so everybody needs hot water today for a bath, particularly our traditional bath that we have in a country or in the South Asian region. We tend to use hot water, whatever be the season, most of them. It could be that it would be from a very hot to a lukewarm, but we do need hot water. And any electrical form of heating is inefficient compared, what your solar heating can provide you. We are blessed with rich resources of sunlight. The challenge is how we convert that into energy. Right. So, as I said, these are some of the activities. Another emerging technology are now, the e-mobility. Now, e-mobility, when we talk, often when the question is raised, how are you going to charge? Using the grid electricity, which is again, you are drawing through the coal and gas fired plants. How does that get justified? Well, today, compared to the fuel oil, even charging through the conventional electricity is cheaper through the fossil electricity, but gradually, here is where the Rotary clubs will have a very important role to play in setting up charging stations where you will have swappable batteries. It's the best opportunity you can create your public image. Plus, apart from solar energy, we can create a mega vegetable waste biogas plant. This is something using, wherever there are sabji mandis, where at a central place where the vegetables are distributed. In India, typically a lot of vegetable tends to get wasted, both during transportation, during distribution, and if your vegetable is not collected, then at the end of the day, they tend to degrade and they have to be thrown off. So these can be converted into energy. So that's one of the projects I propose. Right? So the life cycle CO2 emissions, perhaps a target can be kept by a district. So when I was asked to take reins as a chairperson of renewable energy and climate change, this is probably, I think, one of those few districts who has this post in Rotary International. District 3131 I represent, which comes under Pune and the Panvel region of Western Maharashtra. So this is something that I have proposed. Now, one activity which can probably change the environment focus area, or where a Rotary can make a change, is just focus on the agriculture pumping of farmers. The government has come out with a fantastic scheme called as Kusum. I won't read the full name of it, just Kusum is fine. The beneficiaries are the farmers, cooperative societies, farmer cooperative groups. Okay, and here the central government is extending a 60% subsidy. Right? 30% the banks have been asked to finance under priority lending. You won't need to do much of paperwork. You just need to prove your credentials through Aadhaar card and the land papers, and you get a 30% soft loan. It could be even through NABARD, your centralized bank. Now, what is actually paid by the beneficiary farmer is just 10% of the cost. Is what perhaps, in my opinion, one club can adopt one farmer to begin with. I'll come to that later. What are the targets set? 10,000 megawatt through decentralized solar plant, which means that at a given place a centralized solar power is set up and about 100 to 150 farmers benefit the energy generated, meaning this energy will be fed into the grid. right? It's a centralized thing. This is one part. The second component is, replace the diesel based agriculture pumps. There are farmers who don't have access to electricity, they use diesel. You must all be aware now, the diesel prices are on the rise. So they have kept a target to replace about 17.5 lakh standalone diesel agriculture pumps. And the component C is where the farmers don't have access either to the electricity or the diesel pumps. To them, there is a target to solarize 10 lakh grid connected agriculture pumps up to 7.5 horsepower. So it could be both electrical based as well as those who don't have electricity. Massive target has been set. Now, I'll tell you, as per the latest available figures, we have not even reached 20% of the target. And these, mind you, are the targets kept up to the year 2025. India can set a benchmark to the global Rotary by assisting the government in its program to help use solar energy for agriculture purpose. Solarize all our irrigation needs. We have the potential to do. Our club members, they have the drive to do it. It's just that there is a lack of awareness and we need to probably do some action. Now, a case study of a solar pump, I'll take it in Maharashtra. This state has an additional scheme by the state government wherein they will upfront give 90% subsidy to those farmers who do not have whatsoever connection with the electrical or diesel. Even getting diesel connection, it's not easy. Many smaller farmers cannot afford. So I will quickly run through it. They have kept a target of about 7,000 pumps, and it's roughly about 2,620 kilowatt. That's the capacity. Now the capacity of the pumps are between 3 horsepower to 7.5 horsepower. And the cost or the investment is anywhere between 1,85,000 to 3,60,000. Now, what the farmer has to shell out is only 10%. And here is where perhaps a Rotary can play a model role. Just adopt one farmer. In fact, I would go a little bit ambitious, one Rotarian, one farmer. You'll feel privileged even when you have your morning breakfast that, the whatever breakfast, the vegetables or whatever we are having, I am contributing or I am using a green source which is going in my stomach. Right? I am contributing to the environment. I feel so privileged. This is a solar based breakfast I am having. I supported the farmer will feel more privileged. I'll come next, there is something called as farm to fork, where how e-mobility can further accelerate this program. So the earlier program, which I had said to you about the KUSUM, this is operated by the electricity boards, okay, where there are electricity connections or the diesel agriculture or diesel pump sets, where they will operate this program, whereas there are certain states who have their own programs. So one of them I presented as a case study of Maharashtra. Is that a big amount for a Rotarian to spare, or maybe a club? We're just asking for 18,500 rupees. I'm sure it's not much if we take it. Maybe how much? About $200 if there are some international participants. Between 200 to about $380. That's the only contribution. You will make the life of farmer so happy, and mind you, these have life of 20 years. For 20 years he will have an output, a source of income. हिंदी में कहते हैं दुआएं मिलेंगी. So adopt a farmer, right? Pump size varying from 3 horsepower to 7.5 horsepower. The lifetime CO2 saved would be about 150 tons. Here is an opportunity to neutralize whatever carbon footprint we are creating. So 150 farmers, 150 tons CO2. Let's see. I'll present a case study. Gujarat has been in forefront. Okay. Now, one village called Dhundi, there on a pilot basis, this program was implemented, wherein 9 farmers adopted 5 horsepower solar pump. It generated power for farming, and what the scheme was, whatever electricity you generate, okay, you consume for yourself. Any excess electricity is sold to the electricity board at a prefix rate by the regulator. So what happened, the best part was farmers became so energy efficient. Otherwise, these farmers, if you give them free electricity, they never switch off their pumps. They became very conservative in using the electricity or the solar power for pumping, and tried to generate more revenue by selling excess electricity to the board. Now that also resulted in less pilferage of groundwater, and high amount of CO2 emissions were reduced. This scheme has become so success now that in Gujarat it is in the forefront. The Gujarat state is in the western part of India for the benefit of the international participants. So one case study has showcased this success. I am sure now it's time to multiply this particular thing and we can scale it up. So solar pumping itself, one area, if we can focus, we can make a change, right? So let's serve to change lives. That's what is the theme. We can do this part. Now, the second scheme that I come to is on the solar rooftop. I'm sure most of our Rotarians will have some or the other roof. Some may be in industries, commercial sectors, right? They have a roof. Now, of course, you need to have a shadow-free roof, what I mean to say here. But whosoever has it, or probably, a Rotarian can perhaps motivate some industrialists to go for a rooftop solar system. Why I'm first insisting on commercial and industrial, because in India, the tariff for commercial and industrial is very high, which is cross-subsidized with the agriculture and to a certain extent the residential. Now, just target a capacity between 5 kilowatt to 10 kilowatt. The investment would be around 275,000 to 500,000, 2,75,000 to 5 lakhs. Okay, your payback in months is less than 5 years. In fact, now it's going down further to almost 4 years, because some states have very high tariffs for electricity. And mind you, for 20 years, you will be paying a fixed rate against an investment. You won't be charged additional money unless the government comes out with a solar tax. You're using too much amount of sunlight. We are not telling that. Okay. So this is another area where I'm sure the clubs can bring in a change. You have an opportunity to further reduce your carbon footprint. Showcase, put across the rooftop system a logo of Rotary. Maybe, those who are non-Rotarians will get encouraged to join Rotary, and we would have certainly done some change in this. And these are proven models, what I'm telling. Already, India has set a target of 40,000 megawatt of rooftop solar. We are hardly around 7-8% as of now. The 40,000 megawatt is, of course, until the year 2000 now, 30. But I'm sure we can achieve this. Now, I'll just share another case study. Recently, I was privileged to get one project by one of the Rotarians ever since the environment as a focus area was announced. And one of the Rotarians asked me, how I can contribute to this environment focus area. So from my end, this is the first project of 252 kilowatt commissioned in Kolkata. It's an industry, okay? And the payback period, mind you, they are recovering in 40 months. Plus, they have achieved a life cycle CO2 of how much? 7,000 tons. The life of the system is 25 years because they have opted for one of the most high efficient solar cells. So if you see here, 40 months is not a big thing. any industry or any commercial entity will invest, Rotary must take the initiative to create an awareness, perhaps, and maybe bring in a change. There are plenty of case studies available with us on this. Next, I'm sure most of the clubs have Happy Village, right? So there is one Happy Village program. That is also one area. Now what happens, many times I keep getting a lot of requests that, we want to supply lanterns, smaller lights to villages. That's fine. Those were the times, right? Those were the times. Now, please understand, the government has done a fantastic work in electrifying the entire country. That's their target. So what happens, when you take any solar system, maybe even a lantern, which is supposed to last 20 years, except for the battery that needs frequent replacements, in let's say another 5 years, the grid reaches all the villages. People lose interest, right? The masses will lose interest in the solar system or the lantern or something supplied, right? So what happens is the investment probably doesn't get recovered. Now, how we can play a role if the grids are reaching all the places in the country, right? The definition of electrification is very weird in our country. Even if one pole reaches a village, it's supposed to be electrified. It may not fulfill all the households, but now they are gradually changing that. Now, what's happening is, there is a demand side management which happens, meaning at a given time, all the households need electricity, right? Let's say if we talk of village, in the evening, they need to watch their television, the housewives need to cook food, okay, children need to study, or whatever it is, because these are dark hours. And maybe for that 4 or 5 hours, they need electricity in order to have quality of life. Now, it is at this juncture that, you often don't get electricity or the quality of electricity is impacted. So solar energy can best overcome this particular situation, wherein we can provide electricity stored in a battery, and it will provide just for that 4 hours or 5 hours to energize your maybe 4 lamps, 2 fans, a television, and a refrigerator, right? It will bring quality of life. Okay, what's the role of a Rotary Club? Make the capital investment, make a business model. Don't donate completely the system. What will be hampering these villagers? Where do we bring the capital? See, one thing is there, all the solar energy technologies we are talking have one-time investment. Their running cost is very negligible. They are not totally, you can say, trouble-free systems. Okay, they are not maintenance free. You need to have both financial and technical maintenance, but it's very negligible. The financial is probably, yes, more for the villagers, because even if you borrow loan, you have to repay back. So here is where Rotarians can perhaps invest in the system and create employment opportunities by recovering a fixed monthly charge from every family. They will pay because you have given them quality of life. They wouldn't mind even if you charge them, let's say, 100 rupees or 150 rupees per month, and employ maybe 4 or 5 people for every 100 households who will also take care of the system as maintenance and recover the system. Use a 10-year period. We will be doing justice to the environment. This is one of my favorite subjects. So I can't ask here everybody, but you can by show of hand tell how many of you have solar water heaters. You can just put your hand on the side, okay, through your maybe not physically, right? You have an icon there. Now, it's perhaps one of the most economical system and the most energy efficient system. as I said, everybody need hot water. It's a fantastic technology, a solar water heater, where the capital investment is between 18,000 maximum to 20,000, and you recover in less than maybe 5 years, between 3 years to 5 years, depending on your electricity tariff. And it's virtually maintenance free, not totally, virtually maintenance free. What a fantastic system this is. For 20 years, you will get hot water here. Please promote this as a club or as individuals. You can try using all the, why I'm telling all these to adopt these technologies, that you can then claim that we have contributed to the environment by reducing the emissions, and develop a carbon footprint calculator. I'll come to that. As a district, we have developed the first carbon calculator, meaning every club activity that we have, we are creating a carbon footprint. Now, do we want to be against the environment, or do we want to be the crusaders of the environment? So if we are creating a carbon footprint, we must equally neutralize. So let's keep the air clean, right? So we are looking at how to reduce the global temperatures. I asked, a very smart student, because the future generation will be the most impacted. Why don't you reduce the temperatures? He said, well, it's very simple. Switch off from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Against the figure, remove the Fahrenheit, just put C and see, you see, I have reduced the temperature. Anyway, that's on a lighter side. And one last slide that I will have is the electric rickshaw. Both as a cargo and passenger vehicles, these clubs can adopt, okay, for the youth, to create employment generation for them, and they can ferry passengers from point to point. Okay, invest for them on their behalf, or use the CSR funds of the corporates. Further, the corporates can also help in setting up a solar charging station at their place. So you would be equally contributing through e-mobility. I'm giving you just a slide. You will have all these presentations wherein, the charging time is between 4 to 6 hours if you use through electricity, or solar power, you can maximum charge within 7 hours, because that's how you have maximum electricity. But in 4 to 5 hours, you have to charge. Okay, price range is anywhere between 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs, depending on which type of e-vehicle you are taking. Okay, for our district, I'll tell you, we are now aggressively pursuing for the e-garbage vehicles, the garbage bins which are there. They emit a lot because they use very inefficient engines. These are, smaller garbage pickup vans. Why not convert them into battery operated? Okay, if you invest in solar power, additional 1.5 to 2 lakhs you will have to put. So the one-time capital investment for charging I have given in the last row. See how much CO2 emissions we are avoiding. Between 5 to 10 CO2 per day against the same using through fossil fuel charging like coal-based or electricity-based charging, which is in our grid. This is another great project, perhaps as a Rotary we can do. Now, whenever I am invited for a presentation, I share this particular slide. I'm sure we all must be using pin type stapler, correct? Now, what's the advantage to switching over to pinless stapler? See, a pin type stapler is a one-time use. So let's save the steel industry. It cannot find again a use. The staple pin, you cannot reuse it. Imagine how many tons of steel we are just allowing it down the drain. It's a different thing you can recycle, whether it is made of steel or aluminum or whatever alloy, because it is a biodegradable material. But the usage is one time. To make that few micrograms of steel or whatever alloy, we have creating a carbon footprint. So can we switch over to a pinless stapler? Perhaps you can put it on your desktop in your office when there are visitors with a Rotary logo. It will create a huge public image. I always share this thing. So it's been almost now 7 years I don't use pin type stapler. Of course, pinless staplers have off lately come, but then I use either the pin type or the fasteners, which are reusable. Here is on a lighter side something I'm sharing. A smart Samaritan telling, the solar powered chainsaw makes me feel less guilty about deforestation. I'm using solar energy. Isn't it? Are we justifying? Right? So start the change and serve to change lives. Thank you very much on my presentations. I'm open to questions. Right? I'm sure we all are smart environmentalists. I'm sure by now you must have also got sufficient insight. Okay. You see, when you see a half glass filled, okay, what would an optimist see? A half full. Right? What a pessimist will see? A half empty. An environmentalist, what it will see? The glass is half filled with water, half with air. Right? Air is equally important for the environment. Thank you very much, everybody, and I am open to questions if there are any, and I also stand corrected if I have used some figures which may not be justifying. So I think they have to put the questions on the chat. How?
No, thank you, Jaideep. Can you stop sharing? Then we can, people
Okay,
can.
I'll quickly show them the carbon footprint, a very short video on
Please
it.
do.
Very quickly, I'll do that.
Please do.
Yeah. Okay, I don't find that. So, okay, it's not coming, right?
Can we open it, the floor to the questions and answers?
Shall we mute everybody and ask each person to unmute when they want to ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Okay, it's just a moment. I'm not able to see it in the share screen. I don't see it in the share screen. What I can see is the presentation. Okay. Were you able to see that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I do these.
Please unmute yourselves if you have any
Yeah.
questions or any suggestions after the talk. You can just unmute yourself, please.
I have a question. Can I ask?
Sure.
Okay, so I just want to know whether the subsidy for solar is given to agriculture land or even a farmer or non-farmer and for their residential. How do
Well,
the
no, see, I'll tell you, the subsidy is for only agriculture pumping. Okay, the subsidy is only for your agriculture needs, not for your household needs right now. But you can connect even your household device. You'll need to either store it in a battery for dark covered usage. That's allowed. But basically, you have to be a farmer. Yes, you have to show that it is for agriculture purpose.
Oh, okay. But in a farm, we have a house, then do they give for the whole house?
Yeah. Okay. Good. Hello.
I think she's saying there is a house in a farm. So
Yeah.
if you're going to electrify the farm, solar energy, is it
Right.
for the house also? Is it only for pumping?
House farming, you will need to put it on a case-to-case basis with the electricity board, because now, if you are having your status as a farmer, then you will be allowed. But, if you are having a farmhouse and if you are a professional, I doubt you will be able to get the subsidy.
Jaideep, I will be able to clarify.
Okay, fine. Anand is here.
Yeah. You say basically farmhouses are not given any subsidy.
That's what I said.
Okay, but however, the irrigation pump sets that may be required, those may be given under the NABARD scheme.
No, Anand, but it's very important that it should not be just a farmhouse. There has to be agriculture produce which they are selling outside.
Yeah. If they have a borewell, or open
then
well,
only. That's what.
for that only they will give.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you, Jaideep.
Okay. Always.
Jerry, but the same farmhouse can also have solar fit as a consumer, no? They can put their own
Yes.
micro.
Yes.
That they will get-
Many have
that
done.
That they
But-
will get the subsidy for.
They will not get the subsidy.
No, they won't get. Yeah. Okay, tell Anand. That's fine. Share,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, they will not get any subsidy for their household requirements. But however, if they have a water pump or if they install a solar water pump, for water pump, there is a proposal to give subsidy.
I'll just refine slightly.
Yeah.
Under the phase 2 of the rooftop program, which the government has started effective 1st July, you are eligible for a 40% subsidy if it's shown as a residential. So it's not a commercial or industrial activity happening. Okay, Anand, under the phase 2.
Okay.
Now, so 40% is allowed up to a capacity of 3 kilowatt, 20% up to a capacity of 10 kilowatt, and 10% above 10 kilowatt.
Okay. Thank you, Jaideep.
Yeah.
Solar energy can be used for the sewing machine, so that the empowerment of the women as well as the eco-friendly all activity. Solar energy related to the iron, actually already they are implementing at Chennai, ironing the clothes with the solar energy panels, but for the sewing machine.
No, ironing is different, ma'am. If you're using for ironing, it is not advisable. Any electrical form of heating is very inefficient. Yes, for sewing machine, fantastic, no doubt. But we call it as a standalone application. Correct. You can definitely do that.
One can go for the global grant related to the sewing machine.
See, okay, that would be a very small quantum. You can do it. The real global grant, if you want to do, is adopt clusters of farmer cooperatives, where you need to set up, let's say, up to 500 kilowatt system, which requires an investment around 2 crore rupees. These you can ask under global grants, because these farmers are many times not getting the electricity when required through the grid. At least the solar energy will ensure that the electricity is available. And we'll often have a question, what during clouds? At that time they don't really need electricity because the rainfall takes care. So the best project to do under global grants is the component A, which I shared, where between 500 kilowatt up to 2 megawatt, they want to set up decentralized plants. See, I'll explain you that the electricity is generated at X place at a generating station. Making them reach till the farmer creates huge losses because they are so widespread. You know, the amount of distance the electricity has to travel. So what's the advantage when you have a decentralized system? You generate there and consume. A huge amount of losses are saved and the infrastructure is there, the grid is there. It's just, it has to be energized. That's why the electricity boards or the DISCOMs are encouraging these schemes. And they are contributing even up to 60%, the central government. So it's just that the 10% component is where a Rotary can play a role, I'm sure. And I think so in exchange, perhaps, you know, these farmers will feel so privileged, they will even send the farm produce to your homes at no cost. They will tell, we are so happy, a certain portion, of course, not everything. So we'll be transforming their lives.
Thank you.
Okay. Are there any questions in the chat?
I think Jim has got his hand up.
Are solar panels made in India?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We are the 5th largest producer in the world now. And we make one of the best quality. Right. Jim, you know, our government has set a target of 450 gigawatt in another 9 years. We have to achieve this target. So it has encouraged a lot of entrepreneurs to come up with the best available cell efficiency. In fact, shortly, we would be producing also the basic raw material, the polysilicon, which is required. But until now, still we have to import that as we don't have the resources. It calls for a huge capital investment, but you'll see maybe in another couple of years, India will be totally independent. It will be free from imports of the entire value chain in a solar cell.
I'd like to learn more about that.
Surely, my pleasure. Please get back to me and I'll guide you more on that if you need to know more. Yes, Christopher has a question. I can see his hand up.
Good morning. Nice presentation. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you very much.
So my question, I'm known as the data guy, I guess. I'd really like to know who's doing the work, which Rotary clubs are associated with doing projects like this, and how are we going to track them across India? I think it's a really great thing. We should be looking at seeing how successful we are as Rotarians in actually implementing these sorts of projects. I'd really like to know how much traction there is across Rotary clubs and building up this is to be a really major part of what we do as Rotarians.
Well, I think that's a very good question. We need to keep a monitor on this. See, this program has just started, the environment focus area. So I'm sure now, as ESRAC, that will be a task for us. We'll have to ask all the districts to tell what activities they have been doing as far as the solar energy is concerned, if I'm taking today's topic. What I understand is, there's already some kind of an app available to find out how much tree plantation has been done. Is that correct, Meena? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Chris is the one who initiated it with Suresh. So that's coming up.
That's coming up. Fine. You have given a new direction to me today, Chris. I think that becomes a task for me now as a Renewable Energy Task Force member to estimate, how much the districts are doing the solar energy projects.
Yeah.
We need to have a meter.
Correct.
Good idea. Yes, we'll do
can
that.
I interject? The other thing yesterday that I got from the Tamil Nadu Forest Department is solar hanging fences for elephants. So that is another this thing that has come up yesterday.
That's been in place for quite long. These are electric fences.
Yeah.
These are all electric fences, but
Solarized.
A lot of them are just using a direct grid battery. We are trying to make it as a cluster for the villages. So it'll go to the
Yeah,
hanging.
yes, yes, yes. That this technology is very old. See, all the these whatever we are talking of the electric for the elephants to protect them. Okay, they are battery operated. Now, solar power is, a direct current source, which makes it very easy to charge the battery. You don't need to have an inverter. Most of our appliances that we are using now is alternating current type. So electric fences operate on battery. That really makes very useful. See, the same thing, even solar pumps, we can go for a DC pump. However, you will have to be totally dependent on solar energy in that case. Whereas our existing agriculture pumps, they are alternating current based. So either we have an inverter in between, or we can have a combination of the both, hybrid as well. There are some companies who are making it. But yes, a good project. That's again off-grid, we talk it, a standalone project.
Yeah. Meena, I should say that solar fencing electrification is a very common thing used by, farmers, number one. And I don't know if, government forest departments have used, but farmers have surely used. This is a very common thing. Thank you.
Yeah. So there is one question from, I'll go, Mr. Vijay Kumar Vaidya. Can you please brief again about non-metal stapler? Well,
Thank you very much. I was a little bit surprised about this. You have shown non-metal grade.
See, when you must be using a stapler, right? It has a pin made out of metal. Now you have a non-metal based stapler which perforates your paper. You can Google it. You can browse in the Google also. You will find pinless stapler.
As Japanese
stapler. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you may say Japanese, but what it does is it punches a hole and folds the paper, which acts as a fastener.
Thank you, thank you.
Correct. There's one question from Rotarian Jag Santra. Right. Any recommendation of make brand for solar panel plus charger plus inverter per batteries? Thanks and regards. Mr. Santraji, please get back to me. This is a business deal, so I wouldn't like to put it here. As a Rotarian, I don't want to promote a particular brand, but yes, I can share you a particular brand. Definitely, all are well. I'll tell you, but most of them are doing excellent technologies, and they are following the international standards which are mandated in India. Okay, so whenever you have any issues, whether this particular brand is okay or not, just send me an email. You can get my email from the SRAG office.
We'll get in touch with you. Thank you.
Yes, certainly. And I'll be more than happy to address the other clubs if they are here, in the interest of the Rotarians in your district. Okay, if there are clubs from the other districts also, please feel free to invite me on one evening. Definitely, I will create an awareness. I'll give an overview about what's happening in solar energy, what we can do it.
Hi, Jaydeep. Can I say something?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, I am from Kerala, Rotarian.
Yes.
I'm proud that in our state there is one international airport totally run by the solar energy. The airport name is Cochin Airport.
Right, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, fine. So you have shared. Yes, that has in fact set a global benchmark now. See, two things have set global benchmark. One is the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore. As a result, most of the cricket stadiums want to go solar, and the Kochi airport, which went green using solar panels or the solar modules as we technically use. So most of the airports in India and globally are wanting to adopt.
But in Cochin is different. That is not in the rooftop, but is in the
Yes,
ceiling. Yeah.
I'm aware. Yes, it's not on. See, a rooftop system doesn't necessarily mean you need to have a roof.
I see. For cleaning purpose, panel cleaning purpose, it is easier.
Yes, true. They call it rooftop because ideally it is expected people put on their roofs. But if you have a space available, you can even put it there. What will be done is, it will be eventually interconnected in parallel to your existing meter. Instead of directly connecting to the transformer where the electricity is distributed.
Thank you
that's
for your
the
information.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
My
And
pleasure.
even Karnataka government has created a solar park in Pavagada. I have put it in the chat box.
Okay.
It is about 53 square kilometers of 13,000 acres of land. They have created a solar
Okay.
park.
Okay, nice to know. Nice to know. Well, Mr. Rajan Erande, Rotarian Rajan Erande, am I right? He has posed a question. What will happen during rainy season? Well, we don't have sunlight, so we can't do anything. But yes, of course, you can use in hybrid mode through hydel. Micro hydel is not so popularized yet. Okay, so let's think of what is doable rather than what will not happen. Let's have with a very positive focus.
No, my question was related to how we can have any standby solution during those days.
See, if you don't have sunlight, you cannot energize the solar cells. It's a very common thing. The solution is you have to use. See, as on to date, let me tell you, solar electricity is not a substitute. It's a supplement. The day we come out with efficient storage and affordable storage, yes, then perhaps your question can be answered. Whatever be the time of the day, season of the day, we can provide solar energy, and that's going to happen. Believe me, the cost of batteries as storage are falling with time, and what you have seen the revolution in solar energy in the last decade, the next decade will see a battery storage revolution, and also the electric vehicles.
Jaideep Dinesh here from Karnataka Renewable Energy Department. As one of the participants said, in Karnataka we are leader, 7,300 megawatt of electricity we are getting through the solar. And one of the participants said 13,000 acres we created 2,300 megawatt of electricity, and also rooftop also more than 280 megawatt of electricity we are getting. And in our Rotary, Mysore West, 3 Rotarians in their industry, they are installed solar power plant more than megawatt. And
very good. Very good.
One of the poultry farm is having, and another 230 megawatt is getting. And also we are giving 40% subsidy, what you are said MNR. In that more than 15 Rotarians registered for that solar rooftop.
Excellent, very nice.
And also in Bandipur we are installing 50 solar street light, integrated street light, and 10 solar parabolic cooker. Within 1 month we'll going to install under the CSR fund from RBI.
Okay, very nice to know. Yes, I am aware of all this. But I ensured my presentation today focus it more on what Rotary can do. Well, I'm definitely aware about all this because I'm 25 years in this industry now. Yes, but you have done. But let's see. Also it's very nice to know. I compliment you for this, and please help now Rotary. Also, the clubs also please guide them how they can play a role in meeting our INDCs. Now that you are from Cradle, I have the nationally determined contributions we have. So let solar energy play a major role in meeting our NDC targets. And I'm sure we can be a benchmark to the global Rotary clubs, the global Rotary districts. Start just with the agriculture pumping, as I said. I am time and again insisting on it. We can create revolution. We are an agriculture country. 70% of our resources and revenues are through agriculture. We can show to the world that we use eco-friendly means of farming. I use the word agrovoltaics. That's the right word, meaning agricultural photovoltaics in short. And I'm sure all the clubs have the potential to do this. They have the desire. They can raise the resources through the global grants or through the CSR funding, whatever way. Adopt one farmer. Okay, we can create, a pilot example. kind of a thing. Per Rotarian, one farmer is also good. I have already identified 3 farmers. I am adopting them for this solar pumping. And they are so excited that they will probably take best care of the pumps. As I told you, if you provide them free electricity, they don't bother.
Excuse me, how much is a solar pump in dollars? Do you make it in India?
Okay, so I'll quickly put it, the current dollar conversion rate is about 70. So I'll very quickly tell you that we convert, I'll give you. So anywhere between $2,500, that is $2,500 to about $5,000. This is one-time capital investment.
Yeah, but we need 30,000 for $40,000 for a global grant, right?
Well, you adopt 10 farmers. I'm telling per Rotarian one, even if a club has over 30, you can take 30 farmers.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes.
Okay.
See, we can create a green revolution, just the way a green energizing we can make it. This
So
is
we
my
can
humble
order that
request to
in
everybody.
India?
Yeah, the green economy.
Yeah, so we can order it in India, the solar pump.
Sorry, come again. I missed out that.
I said, can we order it in India where it is being made, manufactured? I mean, solar pump.
Yes, you can. You can. You let me know if you
so-
need any help out of this.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you can refer to us a manufacturer.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Well, surely.
Okay. I'll get in touch.
Oh, surely. I can see a lot of bright people here, Light travels faster than sound. That's why some people appear bright, like me. But then until you hear them speak, you realize whether that's really light is faster or sound. Okay, there's one more question coming. Just a moment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Deepak Raj Bhandari. Okay. Any other questions?
Jaideep, I am Anant here.
Yes.
Requesting, I'm already in talks with our district and we would like to partner with you. I thought I'll postpone it for next year, but things cannot wait. So let's partner this year.
Please, you tell me any moment.
Yeah, and our club, Rotary Bangalore Jayanagar, will be very happy to have a joint, project with you guys. And I am passionate. Yeah, I am passionate about this, and I'll love to see to it that you and our Rotary Jayanagar partner together.
Please invite me to your club. I'll be more than happy to address them and see how we can explore joint projects.
Without fail, very happy to.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Anytime.
There's a question from Ajay K. Gupta.
Okay.
Ajay, can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
What is the percentage? There's somebody put up, what is the percentage of usage of solar power?
Can I come in, Jaideep?
Yeah, please.
Jaideep, this is Ajay K. Gupta from Rotary Club of Mumbai Green City.
Yes, sir.
And just wanted to share with you that we have in Mumbai district adopted the farms and the farmers basically with the fruit plantation. 1
Very
acre per farmer.
Good.
And 12,500 is the cost for each 1 acre, 500 plants, fruit plants, and are given to the farmer. So I was thinking that this particular scheme can further be extended on similar basis for the farmers in the actual agriculture side. That's a good scheme, which I just listened to you and would like to have your contact so that we can have a presentation in my club first to begin with, and maybe have some co-host clubs also, and spread the word around. It's a good approach to extend the benefits and involve Rotarians in this.
Surely, sir. I've had the privilege to address several Rotary clubs in Mumbai. So it will be my honor, certainly, to help you out. And I've just put in chat my mobile number. I hope that's fine.
Sure.
With the permission of the chair.
I'll pick it up there.
Yeah, please pick it up and get back to me on that.
Yeah. And email also, if you can put it, that will be
okay. I'll put that in the for the benefit of the participants. Okay, I'll put the Rotary email which I use. So instead of
whatever
business email,
that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, I've already put it up here. So there's one question come. What's the percentage usage of solar power? Am I correct? This has been from Shiva Kumar. Somebody, just a moment. From Sai. Okay. Don't be worried. You know, there was somebody who made a statement that if India is having such ambitious solar power or other solar energy targets, will our sun get weak? If that is your purpose, please don't have such thoughts. There are some talks going around that too much usage of solar power will make the sun more cold. So that is not what I hope it is the question, right? But if you talk in terms of percentage, the percentage mix of renewable energy in India, we have crossed now 12%, which is very healthy. I hope that answers your question. The solar energy contribution is around 65% of this. So say about maybe 7.5% of our total energy mix, the electricity we are talking comes through solar energy now.
Thank you, sir.
If you have any further questions, you are free to send to the SRAG email. I'll be glad to address them. Arun can consolidate all of them and send it to me then.
Sure, we can do that. They can even put up in the chat box with their email ID, since we're recording.
Sure.
It's easy for us to access it again. Or they can email us at SRAG itself.
Okay. Definitely, and I'll try to reply as early as possible. You know, I won't be like a chess master. This is one fact thing I'll share you. This is an incident, again on a lighter side. Once, you know, I went with one of my schoolmates who was too fond of chess. And when we went for a dinner, you know, the dining cloth was big checkered. When I asked him to pass on the glass of water, it took him about 20 moves to give it to me. So engrossed he was with that. You know, this is a fact incident I'm telling. And then suddenly he realized, oh, I'm on a dining table, not on a chessboard. The way he was doing it and he was calculating on his own. But anyway, I'll try to respond as early as possible.
Yeah, Mr. Jaideep, I am Ashoka.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, please.
I joined late, very late. I'm sorry, but I wanted to know this solar pump and then this panels and all that you said. When we take it up as a project in Rotary clubs, they may ask me a question. You said there may be some maintenance also will be there, so they have to plan it like that. And how to identify a reliable supplier?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
For example, solar pump. You take it solar pump.
Yeah, I'll tell you. The solar pump scheme which is being run, the government has identified the suppliers, and they have to Oh, there is some, can somebody please unmute there? And they have to, provide warranties up to 10 years.
Okay.
Then only they are, otherwise you can always claim if there is any defect in it. This is as far as the solar pump is concerned. The solar panels earlier were having 10-year warranty, which now many are giving up to 15 years.
Okay.
So you won't have an issue. Inverters have up to 5 years warranty. So you are always assured of the product. The only thing is you need to design it properly. If you're doing for a rooftop, for a solar pump, you don't need. These are trained technicians. They know it.
That's right. That's okay. I understand.
So you won't have
But
any
there
issue
may be,
in this.
there may be so many suppliers. How to identify a reliable, competent.
So they are shortlisted by the government. These are approved suppliers who fulfill all the requirements.
Anybody in the list we can choose, is it?
Yes, preferably take a local so that they can service it quick.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. There are two participants who have raised hands. One is Mr. Ajay Gupta और एक अब्दुल अजीज यूसुफ साहब है. अच्छा जी. हाँ जी गुप्ता जी. अच्छा गुप्ता जी ने अनम्यूट किया है. Yes, Mr. Abdul Aziz Yusuf, if you can unmute, what's your question?
Yeah, thank you. A very nice presentation, first of all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Regarding this maintenance, you're saying, now, what level of training do they require, and how long does the training require? And these people, what level of basic schooling do they need to have? Because if we want to train them, we will get very basically very minimal educated people from the villages. In Maldives, we have islands. So if we need to train them to maintain these solar panels and solar system, what level of education do they have, and how long does the training take? Thank you.
See, these are not white-collared people. These are basic technicians, the electricians, as we say, who understand. And there is, virtually speaking, not much of maintenance. The major maintenance you need is you have to keep the panels clean. More the dust or the foreign particles accumulate, it will block the passage of sunlight. And technically it impacts, even if you shade one of the cells, the voltage considerably reduces, okay, and it creates something called as hotspot, which I don't want to share now. But as I told you, the heart of the solar system are the solar panels. And if you're using a conversion like inverter, both of them carry sufficient warranty. And the quality is very good now. There was a time earlier when, quality was an issue for the electronics. So they have warranties ranging from 5 years to 15 years. The solar panel is the most robust. You don't have to worry. It will never get damaged. Even if it gets damaged, the manufacturer will replace it for you. So you don't have to worry. Now, as far as maintenance is concerned, the batteries, the type of batteries you use, if they are like, lead acid batteries that need topping up, that you will have to frequently do it, which is very simple. You have to add, mind you, but distilled water, not the tap water. It will corrode. And otherwise you just use, the basic wiring is checked. That's it. Otherwise, not much of a maintenance issue. So don't worry. They can be taught. And the suppliers itself, they train their people. They will come there in the village and train the people how to do it. Can we get some commitments from the clubs? How much they can do? The solar pumps, the home lighting system, or at least some commitment. E-mobility. Let's have something. You see, many of us are Rotarians. We have to commit to something. Listening is too good. It's the action that is what matters. Please take it further.
News from Rotary Bangalore, Jayanagar. Last 3 meetings, we have calculated our carbon footprint. So we'll look forward to go forward.
That's very nice to know. You're going too forward now.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to go forward, so you're going too forward. Very good. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, the total target of pumps is about 2.5 crores. Total pump sets used in our country. Okay, even if Rotary meets 1% of it, I'm sure we'll be setting an example. And how many clubs are there? Do we have over maybe how much? 5,000, about 5,000 clubs around South Asia?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's about,
Yeah,
it's
it
about
could be.
4,000.
Okay, whatever it is, each
2,000
club,
odd.
even if it takes 10 or 5 pumping, agriculture pumping, we can do a sea change. I mean, we can set an example to the world. I'm sure as an environment avenue, we'll do a justice to it. Let then the global grants flow more. If India can set an example, more and more clubs will get motivated, more farmers will be empowered. We can, as I told you, apart from green revolution, we can create a green economy.
In our state of Kerala, power is free for the agri purpose.
So bad, very unfortunate. I fail to understand how anything can be free in this world except for air, sun, and rain. Water is not free. People tell water. Except for these three things, I have never seen anything free. So even if you have to marry wife, it's at a huge cost. So nothing is free in this world, I'm sure. And that's what sets a bad example. Then even the farmers expect, that the solar pumps be given free. Eventually, all these subsidies have to go away. If we can make a mass movement, I'm sure with economies of scale, as it will scale up, the costs will fall down. So farmers won't find it tough even to ask for free pumps or subsidies. Nice to know 100 kilowatt solar installation from Rotary Club of Puttur East, Mangalore. Good work. I'm glad.
Wow.
So now, Meenaji, we have to start calculating per district, Rotary district, how much solar energy targets are getting met. This is a challenge to us.
Sir, if one Rotarian want to adopt a farmer and put the solar energy pump and everything, so how much cost goes to the one Rotarian? Like how much cost
for a 3 horsepower, it will be about 18,500, and for 7.5 horsepower, it will be 36,000. So it ranges between 18 to 36, roughly.
And regular yearly maintenance, sir?
Not much, as I said. There's not much of maintenance required in this. Even the farmer himself will know how to do it. He has to clean the panel. That's a major maintenance. And if it's a DC pump, virtually you are reducing the maintenance. Because the electronics, which is the inverter, you are doing away with.
So we can consider 36,000 maximum.
Yes, depends, how much you will have to estimate how much is the capacity required. If it's a 1 acre, you won't need 7.5 HP. Just 3 HP is good enough, 3.5 HP. And depends what crop he is irrigating. If they need more water, you need to have higher capacity. Yes, somebody.
Government gives any subsidy, JD? Government?
Yes.
36,000.
No, so the 36,000 is the subsidized cost.
Okay.
See, the cost of the pump is around 360,000, in which 60% currently the central government is extending subsidy to encourage these agriculture farmers to come forward. The balance 30% they get it in form of a loan. And if they are smart enough, this 30% amount, they can convert it into excess electricity and recover it from the electricity distribution companies. So you're from which state?
I'm
Sorry?
Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu. Yeah, so TNERC will pay them the money for the electricity they have exported in the grid. They are that smart. Okay, now all they need to invest a capital is 10%, which is what we are asking the Rotarians to do. So eventually they've got a free pump. They are used to free electricity, so they get a free pump. Correct? Yeah. To further go ahead, you can even tell them that the 10% investment will be from a Rotary, which you can repay us over a 10-year period or a 5-year period. So you can do a revolving credit kind of a thing. You can have more farmers than adopted per person or per club.
Yeah. But the one inherent problem or challenge in our clubs is they may not hesitate to give money. But the problem is after installation, they will just forget it. So they will not go afterwards and follow it up or the maintenance and all that. So that would be a challenge. So
No, but
once we give, fit it and forget it. That is
Yeah.
what they want.
Create an employment. Put some villager, a technician there to manage all this.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. That's what we are trying to do. In a way, we are creating employment. We can't do everything. See, we can only educate these people. As a Rotarian, our task is, to take till the last mile a technology or something that we can bring in a change. And rightfully, this year's theme is serve to change. Why not do it? It's an opportunity, we take it.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, which club you belong to, Jerry?
I belong to Rotary Club of Pune Camp. I'm from Pune city. Camp, C-A-M-P. It's under 3131 district.
Okay.
If you happen to come to Pune, please be a visiting Rotarian.
After the fourth wave.
Hopefully we won't have the third wave. I am at least confident of it.
Okay.
The kind of precautions people are taking and
I attended the literary convention. Literary convention in Pune.
Oh, okay. Yes, there was. Very nice to know, sir.
We've gone on for about 90 minutes now.
Okay.
Maybe we'll give Jaideep some time to plug into his recharger.
No, there's no solar energy right now, so that's fine. No, I can continue anytime. I mean, I'm so charged up on this particular subject, so no issues. But definitely, I
You
think
could always email us with your inquiries. We will get more detailed answers and we'll be in touch with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Rotarian Jaideep. It's not the
my pleasure.
For everybody, solar has been the buzzword and renewable energy is a buzzword. This buzzword has become like one of those irritating insects buzzing around. Okay, now I can't even say irritating insects because of extract and pollinators. The thing is, it is nice to know what is possible and the way you took it forward and said how it can be executed. You've always been told what it is and what is possible. But to give a background, give the avenues into which you can channelize this and how to actually give us examples of each person in each division, how can you implement it, was really eye-opening. I'm sure people will not take it literally at that, and they will start applying that to various situations that they are in, and then bring it forward. And I'm sure we're going to be bothering you a lot.
No issues. Please reduce your carbon footprint, I would only say. Everybody.
And it's been a great evening. It's been a very energizing evening. So thank you to all of you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. Pleasure. Please enjoy now your fellowship.
Now I think the time has come to redesign our homes, redesign our living style and everything, sir.
I give the vote of thanks.
Thank you.
Finished.
Is there any meeting in this evening after 9 o'clock?